Oh, so you would win prizes, and then I wanted to spin the wheel again. I never knew it, but I won a PlayStation 5.
Welcome to the Good Stuff by Brightsided. News without the gloom from the Capital Region and beyond.
So tell me about Halloween. What were you dressed up as? And what was your brother dressed up as?
My brother was dressed up as, a Death Eater.
From Harry Potter?
Yes. And I was dressed up as a kitty cat.
Mom, what was this experience for you like?
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking. Yeah. But it was so nice. We were a little confused. I don't think I've ever seen a plumbing van set up to do trick-or-treating. But after seeing like the kids' reactions and all the special prizes and the long line of people, it was really amazing. You know, it's just so special what he's doing with the community.
I don't know. I feel like finding a person and a company like that in the world is really rare. And it was really cool to meet him yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's so special. And I think it's really nice for him to come on and share what he's doing to hopefully inspire other people and other businesses, and especially just the way that the world is right now. Finding good is really important.
So what happened when Maeve came up? I guess she went up twice. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that.
If I'm blowing up her spot.
I'm going to have to look in the bylaws. I don't know. The look on her face was hysterical. It was absolutely hysterical. And that's the moment you live for, right? What else is it for?
I think she's going to remember it for her whole life.
I had this wheel set up in my living room. You know, every time I walked by it, I'd spin this wheel. And I wasn't able to win it. I was not able to win it. And actually, there was two locations on there. One seemed like it was going to be a little easier. One was a little sliver on the back end. And it kind of just bounced off and landed right on this sliver. And it was the one that I'd never expected to see, you know, to let the PlayStation go, so to speak, you know. It was great.
I know that it's meant a lot to her. And thankfully, her mom, Crystal, knew someone in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So she could just, like, drop it off.
Oh, great.
They could keep going trick-or-treating and not, Yeah, maybe
we'll set up a delivery service for, you know, next time. Who knows, right?
Yeah, this is your second year.
I know, but you got to make notes. You got to come back better. You got to, you know, tighten up a little bit.
You know something that we love here at The Good Stuff? It is a leadership development program. And not just any leadership development program, a leadership development program specifically for girls. That's why I am so proud to share that Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region is one of the sponsors of The Good Stuff. Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region started in 1937. And since then, they have been empowering girls to reach their full potential, providing safe spaces, mentorship, and life-changing opportunities for girls in Albany, Schenectady, Troy, and Saratoga Springs, especially girls that face real barriers like poverty, bias, trauma, and girls who have limited access to opportunity. From STEM-focused after-school programs to college and career pathways like the Eureka program, Girls Inc. is preparing girls not just to succeed, but to lead. And here's something we love. 83 cents of every dollar goes directly to programming, creating impact where it matters most. Because when girls rise, communities rise. To learn more, to support their mission, or to get involved, head to girlsinccapitalregion.org. That's girlsinccapitalregion.org. Is that like a cool gift?
Yes.
Why?
Because we get to play it at home a lot.
When you won, did other people like lose their minds? Were they surprised?
They just stared at me.
Well, how did that make you feel?
Kind of weird.
What did the guy's face look like?
He was just like this.
Maybe he wanted it?
No, he would never want it. He just sharing with kids.
Aw. Is there anything you would want to say to that guy who planned all of that?
Thank you.
Okay, now that you have your mom on the hot seat, you can ask her anything you want in the world. What would you ask her?
I would ask for an iPad. And a twin stitch too. Is that what I can get, please, Mommy?
Oh. You know what? We should ask Armstrong Plumbing if next year that might be the prize.
But I don't know if I'm going to be lucky enough to get that.
I know. What are the chances? I don't know how many options were on the wheel, actually.
Oh, so there were regular slap bracelets, there were stuffy slap bracelets, and then there was just one Nintendo Switch waiting there.
PlayStation.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Birdie said it was 1 in a million.
And now it's time for this week's Student Doing Good Stuff. Tell us about your artwork.
Mine's called Floating Forest. It is a mobile made out of paper and wire. I was really inspired by nature in general. I always find it it's very colorful and there's so much diversity in nature. So I kind of wanted to bring that in with animals, insects, and different plants in the forest.
So what are the elements of the mobile?
The main focal point is a giant frog. I kind of just picked different things in nature that I found very interesting. I always found how interesting the patterns on moths were, and for mushrooms, I just found how interesting the fact that some of them are edible, but other ones are definitely poisonous. And I kind of thought it was interesting to bring in different elements of nature. So mostly I was looking for things that were incredibly diverse.
What do you want to do for a career someday?
Yeah, I want to go into veterinary medicine.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So very different from art.
But you incorporate animals into your art, clearly.
Yeah, exactly, yes. A lot of my art is focused on animals. I think that most of my art doesn't have a story behind it. Most of the time I pick something that I want to create, so I create art for myself, not for many particular reasons, but I thought that this one I just really wanted to incorporate what I love into a piece.
Is this Dad over here?
Yes.
What does he think about your art?
He loved it. He was a big artist in high school too, so I didn't get that from him. So I would hope he's proud.
Can we get a confirmation on that, Dan? Are we proud? For the record, that's all.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with maybe anyone who doesn't take time to explore their creative side?
Honestly, I think for anyone can do art. It's not like you have to be super skilled at it. I think there's something to be said in doing something even though you're not good at it, because it took me 17 years to actually make art that I'm proud of. So just don't stop making art even if you feel it's not good. Someone will enjoy it. So just keep going, I guess. That's
a great takeaway.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Just a round of applause, everyone. Thank you. And now, back to the show. What would be something you would like for your kids to listen to? If there was a podcast out there, what kind of things would you want to hear them to be able to listen to?
Hearing from kids.
Yeah.
I think hearing from kids. I think that kids have great ideas. I feel oftentimes they don't have their voices heard.
Finding ways to, a kid's news show. What do you do in school?
Yeah, or I don't know, creative ideas. I feel oftentimes it's adults that are imposing their own ideas upon their children. But I think just listening to kids come up with their own creative ideas would be really nice.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for bringing Maeve.